This is the instrument, and this its operator. The subject, newlyweds, and a day to remember, always. This is the fugitive, and as fate would have it, he is the target. And this is the sound, like that of a trigger or of a trap. This is the picture which vanity, not fate, discards. But fate is not finished with Richard Kimball. It is only a matter of time and place. This is the place. And with the common, ordinary act of a man buying cigarettes, now is the time. And fate is swift and sure.
I'm indebted to you, officer. Very well. Taking Tuesday. Where and what time?
I'm trying to think. So many pictures, different streets.
What's this building?
7th Street Savings and Loan Building.
That's right. I was on 7th.
Which side of the street is that?
West side of the street.
So this is looking north. Looks like you took this middle of the afternoon.
I did?
Yeah, the shadows. And his jacket.
What about it?
That's quite a heavy one. These two young people are lightly dressed. That's not all. He's carrying a lunch pail and his trousers, not a mark on them. On his way to work, wearing a heavy jacket because he works outside. I want to stake out on 7th between 2 and 4 in the afternoon. And I want a list of every industry in the city that employs manual labor for more than one shift a day.
Our population's almost 500,000. That's a big order, Lieutenant.
I know. But there's a strong compensation. He doesn't know I'm here.
Another day. But for the hunted, instinct becomes habit. And the habit to obey is to avoid habit. Today, Richard Kimball's route to work will be 5th, not 7th Street.
He's not at the mills, brickyards, construction. It's been 2 days. You suppose he left town?
Yeah, possible.
You're taking this pretty calmly.
I have to. Emotion's my enemy as much as it is Kimball's. Either one of us gets overeager, anxious, rattled, that one's going to be the loser, no matter how long it takes.
I may throw you a curve, Lieutenant, but unless Kimball's found soon.
I know. You have a manpower problem. Still, getting Kimball to look pretty good on your record, wouldn't it? 7th Street. Why hasn't he... Let's take out 6th and 5th as well.
More men. From 2 till 4 p.m., from midnight till 2. More men checking all these factories.
Yes. Either at, to, or from work. Don't worry, Lieutenant. It's only a matter of time.
midnight. 2 hours until the safety of his room.
Thanks.
We'll be car loading. Just missed him. He's on foot.
Willoughby car loading.
Yeah. That's right about here. Foreman says he's living over on Waverly, 750 West.
Forget it. He'll never go back there now. We'll go with our alternate plan. You heard it. Main roads out of the city sealed. Here, 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 and here. How many men have we got? How many more can we get?
With this man, I think maybe we can squeeze out another platoon. Draw a nice box, Lieutenant.
Hello, baby. Do you have a match? Cigarette? Hey, turn your head a little. Never forget a face, especially since I just saw it on TV. Don't worry. I can't whistle and I'm too tired to scream. Anyway, we're both losers, and it's the winners I gotta look out for.
What do you mean you just saw it on TV?
Joe's friendly gin mill. They cut in on the Late Late Show to run your picture. I didn't get your name, honey. What do they want you for?
I think you've got me mixed up with somebody else.
Oh, look, I told you didn't have to worry. Why? If you're looking for logic, you got the wrong girl. 3 husbands, 6 cats, and no kids. I'd buy it by the case and save a bundle, but at Joe's I get it by the glass, and there's people to talk to. But, maybe I talk too much, huh?
Nothing personal.
That's my fault. Everybody but the Marines looking for you. And I stand here playing games. Police, an out-of-town detective.
Gerard?
Front view, right side, left side, man, they made a commercial out of you.
Look, honey, you don't want to get mixed up in this. You see, I'm a murderer. Yes, a murderer. I killed my wife.
him that I'd appeared on the television alert.
I simply said an out-of-town detective. Was that wrong?
Yes. He knows I'm here. And then what?
Then what?
What did he say?
Oh. He said he didn't want me to get mixed up with someone who had murdered his wife.
Didn't say anything about being innocent. That's what I don't get. I hear he's always claiming his innocence.
I told you he was clever. He saw in the first few seconds that this was a woman who could not only be frightened, but who needed to play a heroine. Headed west on Avenue L, you said. And wouldn't that be nice if it were true? Madam, the moment you were out of sight, he changed direction or doubled back. He's probably through running now, though. He'll hole up, wait for us to search and give up on Avenue L. And then, just when we think he's somewhere else, he'll come out and head west on Avenue L.
If you're as clever as you presume to be, then tell me, why haven't you caught him so far?
Just a minute, lady.
It's all right. If I haven't caught him, madam, it's because of people like you. People he can use. Dupes. You can go now. Well, Lieutenant, I guess we need sleep. I wouldn't want to be at anything less than my best tomorrow.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh, nothing much. No car, you know.
With that board, you're gonna need a truck.
Oh, I don't know. Yesterday, some cat came along, one of those little foreign jobs. Man, you should have seen that scene.
You want to sell that radio?
Hey, man, look, Dad, how I get the surfing reports and weather and all.
You buy a better one. How about $20?
Hey, what's with you? I mean, the stores will be open in a couple hours.
All right, 30.
30, huh? Hey, look, this ain't one of those imports. I mean, it's got diodes and all. And dig the volume.
$40, huh?
You're coming in loud and clear, Dad.
This is
40.
a program I don't want to miss.
40. Buy a couple for each year. Got this program I don't want to miss. Man, you meet all kinds. Including the Invisible Man. Man. Crazy weather, huh? Say, you might...
English, not good.
My day, all right. How about the radio? Radio?
Not too loud. Run down battery.
Kimball is described as 35 years old, 6 feet tall, brown eyes, and hair which has been dyed black. He is careful about his personal appearance, and his speech is that of an educated man. If you have any information concerning this man, please contact the police department immediately. And now news from other parts of the world.
You ever had your name in the papers? Me neither. But I'll clue you in. Mine's J.J. Watson. And you'll dig it tomorrow on page 1.
The stranger offers you $40 for a cheap radio, and you're not suspicious.
Cheap? What do you mean, cheap?
I beg your pardon. I'm sure it was the best money he could buy.
Look, Dad, I didn't have to come in here.
I'm not your father. If I were,
Yeah? Well, anyhow, I didn't have to come in here. I mean, I could be out on my board right now with all the chicks digging me.
We appreciate that, Mr. Watson. You need him anymore?
You know something? After meeting you, I hope he makes it.
Avenue Hell. I was right, he did double back.
But didn't hold up as long as we thought he would.
Oh, he anticipated me.
Lieutenant, this is getting to be quite a chess game, but I'm not so sure we're winning.
It's the end game that matters. He didn't think that beach bum would come to us. And now he has ammunition, a radio. Good.
Good. What's good about it? Now he knows what we're doing.
Exactly. I imagine Kimball's in a relatively safe place, feeling more confident. And for him, confidence is fatal. If I'd had the chance, I'd have sold him that radio myself. Lieutenant, which direction would be his best chance of escape?
Well, if he heads west, he'll need a boat. South narrows down, trap him too easily. East or north, he'd be out in the wide open spaces.
South.
No. I'd be crazy.
Don't you think even now he's imagining us standing in front of a map, wondering about his best chance of escape? Let's arrange for a news bulletin to be broadcast by the local stations. Richard Kimball has been seen in the northwest section of the city. All available police are moving into that area.
That's what you meant about the radio. He'll go where we steer him?
And he'll move fast. Car, back of a truck. Heading south.
Right into the roadblock he thinks we've lifted.
Check. And checkmate.
Hey, there he goes! There he goes! Hey! Hey! There he goes! Hey! Hey! I see the man! I see the man. He jumped out of the truck.
Are you sure, Miss Kimball?
Yes, I'm sure. I've seen him on TV.
All right. What's in this area?
Factories, old houses, vacant lots.
Seal it off.
Finally, Kimball, the end game.
8 square blocks, not one chance in 100.
As soon as you've got your men posted, we'll go in.
Be dark in a couple of hours. We don't get them by then.
Lieutenant, there's an expression in prize fighting. When you've got your man going, don't lose him.
I've heard it. It's called the killer instinct.
I thought I heard somebody down here, and look who. On your feet, Mr. Kimball. On your feet before you die right where you're sitting. If you're not too busy watching that shoot 'em up, look what I got.
Oh, don't bother me, Devlin.
It's Kimball. Richard Kimball.
What? Well, you're right. For once.
Standing right here in our living room, guilty as sin. Just like I always knew he was. I said it before the trial, I said it during the trial, and I said it after the trial. Guilty. And that's the way the jury found him. Not like what you thought, Reed.
The jury was wrong. I didn't kill anyone.
Ah!
Oh, shut up, Devlin. You never heard of reasonable doubt? Of course you haven't. You just believe what you want to believe.
That's a hot one. Everybody in the world says he's guilty except Sam Reed.
Not everybody in the whole world says he's guilty. Just one jury, and not even all of them. 4 of them held out over 3 days. 4 of them agreed with me. There was a reasonable doubt, and I still say there's a reasonable doubt.
And that's why they're chasing him now, just because he's so innocent. Because, hey, you. And that's why he's trying to sneak out now, because he's so innocent. Sit down. Not there. That's my chair.
You're welcome to mine, Kimball.
Well, now, ain't you the generous one, Reed?
You expect him to sit on the floor?
After breaking into my house, you want me to give him a meal and a cigar?
My house, like I don't own the other half of it. Half of this and half of the downstairs. What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm getting dressed. You want me to take him down the cops in my underwear?
Oh.
No, thanks.
If you hadn't had the phone taken out last year.
Why support the phone company? We didn't get any calls for a month.
We got calls. We got plenty of calls.
Oh, sure. Insurance agents, salesmen.
Ah, shut up. Come on, Kimball, get to your feet. We're going downtown.
Oh, we're going downtown. What are you doing? Playing the big shot? Playing Dick Tracy?
Well, I ain't gonna sit here on my tailbone and wait for the cops to come.
I want to tell you this. It's a long walk from here to the police. I'm going to get away.
Yeah, you hear that? That sound innocent?
I'll do whatever I have to do to get away. Not because I'm guilty, but because I'm innocent. If the police take me, they'll execute me.
You see that, Devlin?
What?
It's in his face. You see it? The truth. He's telling you the truth.
Ah, the truth. You wouldn't know the truth.
You said it yourself. The police will be here. Couldn't we just wait for them?
Well, sure they will. Didn't we see it on the TV? How they're staking out the whole neighborhood?
Sit down. Now, like I say, we're going to sit here until the cops come.
Positively known to be within these 8 square blocks. Jim, would you go over there and see if you can get Lieutenant Gerard for me, please? We're hoping to interview Lieutenant Philip Gerard, who instigated this manhunt. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm finding it hard to describe the Roman holiday that I see here.
There we are, Red Hots right over here. Ice cream sandwiches, all kind of pops. Come on, folks. There we are. Thank you.
I guess I just described it, Roman holiday. Now, to those of you who are watching, do not, and I repeat, do not come here and add to the confusion. Stay where you are, and you'll see this manhunt better than if you were here.
I've got a man stationed at all of these exits.
And this is the hill road up there.
Yeah, it's not really fit for travel. The road's old, been washed out half a dozen times. But I've got a roadblock set up here, and I've got a lookout here with a walkie-talkie. This side is a sheer drop, maybe 400 feet.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. I was wondering if you'd like to say a few words to the TV camera.
What words?
Well, I mean, you know, like cooperate with the police.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. That's 65. Thank you. Who's next? Step right up. Let's go.
Get out of here.
Oh, just a
I'm
minute
not going to
now.
tell you again.
Hey, look, I got a license.
Somewhere in there, a man is trying to hang on to his life. We've got no right to capitalize on that. Get him out of here.
Hey, I got a license.
Close it up.
A free enterprise.
You heard what the man said.
All right, but I got all these...
All right. Traced here by detective work that would have done credit to Sherlock Holmes. Well, here's Lieutenant Gerard now. Lieutenant, would you be kind enough to briefly tell us how we stand up to this point?
Well, all our men are posted and all the avenues of escape are blocked. We'll get him tonight.
Tonight, eh? You sound very confident, sir.
I am.
We hear that the fugitive is unarmed. Would you still consider him dangerous?
Richard Kimball is a convicted murderer.
It's sealed off.
All right, let's start the house to house. Excuse me.
Certainly, Lieutenant. That was Lieutenant Philip Gerard, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, this word for the people that are bringing you the exclusive coverage of this manhunt that has electrified this country.
Well, you just heard him, Reed. A murderer.
A convicted murderer. Mr. Devlin, you're a logical man. Ask yourself. Do you honestly think that the courts have never convicted an innocent man?
That's right, Devlin. Why, there's books on it.
So what? It ain't up to me to decide.
But you are deciding. I'm just gratified to know that Mr. Reed believes it.
Oh, hold on. I didn't say that.
Well, you're acting that way.
Reasonable doubt. I know my law.
Yeah, he knows his law. If he'd known 10 cents about war surplus, we'd still be in business.
Oh, that's right. Blame me for the bankruptcy. Blame me. Oh, what's the use? I'm gonna get a sandwich. Oh, you want one?
Not in my house.
He can sit in my chair and eat the food I pay for.
Well, thank you, but no thanks, Reed.
Oh, Reed, is it? Well, ain't that chummy?
Oh.
You're just going to sit there and turn me into the police when they come. Well, I've got to give you credit. You're doing what you think is right. I guess you didn't believe my defense about the real killer being the man with one arm.
Not for 1 second.
Well, you know, I saw him again about 2 or 3 months ago in Chicago Heights. Well, he was getting on a bus. I chased him and he ran. Now, would he have run if he weren't guilty?
Well, like you say, I'm just doing what I think is right.
except that you're wrong. You know, one day after I'm executed, they'll prove the case against that one-armed man. But then it'll be too late. They will have executed the wrong man.
Good. They're here already. Let's get going this end.
That's right, Devlin. We're gonna find that man with the one arm. Then what'll you say? Yes, sir. I'll be the one who was right.
And I'll be dead.
And you'll be the one who was wrong.
Reed will be sitting right here saying I told you so.
Yes, sir. I figure I got a good 20 years left in me. 20 years of saying it. I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
There's a relic. Better take a look at it.
Right.
Somebody living down here.
Well, if I haven't got a key upstairs, we'll go in the window.
Oh, Lieutenant Gerard, saw you on TV today.
Where's the key to downstairs?
Why? Oh, sure, you don't want to miss a bet, huh? Here.
Very handy.
Well, going in and out all the time, we're redecorating.
We?
A fella that owns this place with me, name is Devlin.
And where is he?
Yeah.
I'll check this floor.
Were you watching television too, Mr. Devlin? Good. Then you know why I'm here. Can you give us any help?
Afraid not, Lieutenant. We didn't see or hear anything.
Uh-huh. Except television.
That's right.
Well, thank you for your cooperation, gentlemen. I needn't tell you to get in touch with us if you see or hear anything about him. Thank you. Huh?
Not a sign.
Oh, sorry I had to wait so long.
I didn't think you were going to get here in time.
Well, they were crawling all over the street. One of their cars is still down at the end. Now, you go around the back and up the stairs, and I'll lock this.
Thanks.
Oh, not yet. We're not out of the woods yet.
He has to be in here.
Only 2 sections left. If they report negative.
If they report negative, we'll start over again.
Lieutenant Gerard, I've come to have a lot of respect for you, but remember this. I've gone along with everything you asked for because of what that man means to you. But this is still my city.
What does that mean?
It means that when you're gone, I have to live in it. I have to give the taxpayers the protection they're entitled to.
And?
Well, Captain called a few minutes ago making noises, loud noises, claiming your hunt for Kimball is uncovering other parts of the city.
I'll talk to him.
You're welcome to, but it won't do any good. If we don't find Kimball by midnight, we'll have to pull out.
Midnight. Think. Where?
Still in. You sure that neither one of you said anything to make him suspicious?
No. At least I didn't.
You were so scared you just stood there looking stupid.
Stupid, huh? You know, when this is all over, he's gonna try and take the credit for it.
Hey, why shouldn't I take the credit? I was with him from the minute I saw him. No, wasn't I, Kimball?
Well, yes, you were.
The only reason you were for him was because I was against him.
That's not true at all. I was for him way back during the trial. I at least stuck to my guns.
Yeah, pig-headed is more like it.
Look, I'm very grateful to both of you. You, Reed, because you believed in me from the beginning.
Thank you.
And you, Mr. Devlin, because you were man enough to admit that there is a reasonable doubt. I am grateful to both of you, but I'm still here and they're still out there.
So the problem is how to get you out.
That's not it at all. The problem is how to get them away.
Well, that's part of getting them out, ain't it?
Look, you're both right.
Kimball, I've been thinking. We can try the Old Hill Road. Now, the police can't stay here forever. Sooner or later, they gotta leave.
I heard that. That's what I said. How to get the police away.
Now, you can stay here till the cops clear out. Downstairs, maybe. You'll be snug as a bug till this whole thing blows over.
If it blows over. If they don't come back. If you don't get caught. So if you're right if you did get caught.
Hang it, Devlin, I'm sick of you. 25 years of twisting every word that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, and don't think I ain't had enough of you. Go on, butter 'em up. Whisper together, the both of you. Maybe you'd like to move in, huh? Take over and pay half the rent. How'd you like that? Living with a convicted killer.
Oh, no, you don't.
All right, 10-4. Sorry, Lieutenant, but that's it. Last 2 sections reported negative. I tried to hang on to the men for another 12 hours, but...
What time is it?
10.
When the clock strikes 12, we have to retreat.
Well, every report negative. Lieutenant, I don't know how he did it, but somehow he got out of there.
No. No, he's still in there. I know it.
He's gone. He's gonna turn you in just to get back at me.
Patrol car, Scott.
Well, it'll take him a few minutes to get to Gerard.
He's not there already.
The car.
Is it right?
Sort of. Yeah, the car and the Old Hill Road.
If we get to the road, there'll be roadblocks.
That's just exactly what I'm thinking about.
What do you say, Lieutenant? We get back to town, get some sleep?
Lieutenant Gerard? Remember me? Name's Devlin.
Uh-huh.
If you want Kimball,
Where?
at the house. He's selling a bill of goods to that jackass I live with.
Come on.
The car! They've taken it. The darn fools, they'll kill themselves.
What do you mean?
Those brakes aren't worth a dime. And that road's a mess.
They've taken any of the main streets, we've got them.
Not the main streets, the hill road. I heard them.
We'll hit the roadblocks.
Unit 1.
All set here, Lieutenant.
All right, Bill, keep an eye out. 10-4. Roadblocks all set.
Let's get up there. So this is how it ends.
Reed, you crazy fool. I should have stayed. I should have stayed with you.
Well, Lieutenant, like you said, it's the end game that counts.
Yeah. The end game.
Why? Stupid old goat never had a chance. Stupid old goat. How did you get out?
Stupid. Half the cops in the state are right here, and I'm stupid. And you'd like to know how I did it, wouldn't you? Well, we stopped, got out, pulled out the throttle, and let her roll. Knew that when she blew up, everybody'd come running to X marks the spot.
Kimball. Where's Kimball?
I'm afraid he's gone, Lieutenant. Long, long time ago.
I think you better come with us.
Don't suppose it entered that thick skull of yours that That cow was half mine.
Well, that's just too bad about you. Buddy who'd turn into a Judas don't deserve no share.
Don't you call me that, Reed. Besides, it's doesn't deserve, not don't deserve. You don't even speak English good.
You know, Devlin, sometimes I wonder how you can stand to look at your face in the mirror.
Well, if I don't look at myself, I gotta look at you.
Well, you won't have to for a while.
I wonder how long they'll I mean, aiding and abetting is not very serious, is it?
I don't know. Maybe 6 months? Well, at least I won't have to drink that miserable coffee you make.
Miserable coffee? You're a fine one to be calling names. Never lifting a finger to help with the meal. Sitting watching that TV.
Oh, Devlin, will you shut up?
No, I won't shut up.
The end game. He has won. But for how long? Another night and another road. And still the deadly game goes on. So must he. North, south, east, west. A man alone. The fugitive.
I suppose so. I don't know either. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather have a big friendly dog. Look, like I said before, 50 a week's all I can come up with to start. That and a roof.
So I pay for my own meals?
Unless you like peanuts. Come on, I'll give you the tour. The animals get fed once a day. The monkeys get the fruit, and their meal sacked in that shed for the birds. Right now, for the cats, you just get the meat out of the freezer and Fielding will give it to them. You know, those cats can kill a man in just under 10 seconds, and my workman's comp isn't paid up, so keep your distance.
You get no argument from me.
The major, that's Fielding. He works the cats in the arena on the weekends for whatever public we've got. Anyhow, that's when you clean the cat cages.
You only open weekends?
Just barely then. Oh, incidentally, you work the concession stand, too.
I won't have it, I tell you. I don't care about any check. I tell you, there has to be a mistake. The I-4 is not for sale. But I don't care what you've been told, he's not for sale. Mary, tell these predators to get out of here. Tell them they're trespassing. Tell them...
Major, I invited these men here.
Why?
Come on, we'll talk in the office.
Who's he, another one of them?
His name's Nick Peters. He's taking Curly's job. Now, come on.
These men claim they've come to inspect the I-4.
I said we'll talk in the office. Monkeys haven't been fed yet. You might as well start with them.
I want an explanation.
They're from the circus. If they're happy, the manager will be here tomorrow for final inspection and pickup.
Pickup?
And we'll have ourselves a check for $10,000.
I don't care about any check. I raised Jaipur from a cub. I trained him. I won't have him put in some filthy cage where nobody cares how many kids poke sticks at him. I won't have it, I tell you.
You won't, huh? Well, you listen to me, old man. When I tell you we're broke, you better believe it. Horse meat, $500. County taxes, $780. City taxes, $450. Concession, $150. Feed, utilities, equipment. We're in debt up to our necks and then some.
But Jaipur's our main attraction.
Main attraction? Where do you think you are, old man? Still back in the center ring? We got no main attraction. If we did, you could keep your lousy cat. What we got is a small-time crummy zoo with an old man who talks to tigers because he don't know how to talk to anybody else.
You can't.
And the paying public just doesn't seem to care much anymore for old men who talk to tigers.
But why not one of the others? Why Jaipur?
You want to know why? Because none of those other flea-bitten antiques would bring one half what Jaipur would. And one cat's all we can afford to lose right now. These hicks around here won't know the difference, and we've still got plenty of cats to make it look good.
I don't care how you raise the money. I don't care if it means we go to jail. But Jaipur is the only thing in this shabby place that's first rate. That's quality. He's worth 10 of either of us. And he stays right here. Now, no more talk.
Just a couple more words. He's sold.
Hi, you. He hired you to feed the animals, not play with them.
No, I think something's wrong with this one.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. I just think he's sick.
You a vet or something?
No.
You just feed them and clean out their cages. I'll worry about their health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Gerard, Stafford, Indiana.
You're a little off course, aren't you, Lieutenant?
Not necessarily, Mr.
Kraft. Barry Kraft.
You own this place?
Me and my partner.
May I sit down?
You're probably busier than I am.
I'm looking for a man we're pretty sure is in the Morgantown area.
Why come here?
Well, we're just checking all the operations around and might be doing a lot of hiring.
What clown sent you to us?
I beg your pardon.
Who's this guy you're looking for?
Dr. Richard Kimball.
Oh, Kimball. I mean the guy who killed his wife here a few years back.
That's right. Here's a picture. The hair will be darker.
Is there some kind of reward?
I'm afraid not. Oh. Have you seen him?
Yeah. I mean, I remember him from the newspapers and all that.
Anyplace else?
Well, not around here. We got a couple of day workers, but none of them look like him.
I see.
But if I spot this guy, I'll sure let you know.
Just call the sheriff's office. They'll get in touch with me.
You mind if I keep this?
Sure.
You know, if you catch this guy Kimball, it'll be the biggest thing that ever happened to Morgantown. Could put this place on the map, like they say.
Yeah. Like they say.
Luke Cartwright.
Yeah, Cartwright.
Lou? Barry Kraft. Do me a favor, will you?
Who?
Barry Kraft, Jungle Land. Look, you got a morgue down there or something? Back issues of the paper?
Yeah, Barry, why?
Did you ever hear of a guy named Richard Kimball?
Look, Barry, I'm busy.
Kimball. He's wanted by the law. Some cop was out here looking for him.
Oh, wait a minute. Kimball, the doctor, convicted of killing his wife?
Lou, look him up for me, will you? Dig out everything you can.
Why? What's up?
You hear the Biograph Theater?
Yeah, back in the 30s.
Okay. I'm going to build a Biograph right here in Morgantown.
What? What are you talking about?
Questions, questions. Look, I'll tell you when I see you.
Now move. Move, you son of a beast. Boy. Maybe he's right. Maybe you should be sold. Maybe you're just getting fat and lazy. That's a little better. And that wouldn't frighten anybody, you know. And that's what they want. They want to be frightened. Easy, boy. Easy. Easy. Over. Still a fake, you know. Now, come on. Show him your teeth. Show him what a killer you are. Easy, boy. Easy. Stay. Get away. Stay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ready with the gate. You should be working, not loitering.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
If you want to watch us perform, you pay $1.25 like everybody else.
Look, I said I'm sorry. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong, all right?
Come on, children, don't fight.
Gate!
It's not good, dissension. Decreases efficiency or something like that.
Your new man doesn't seem to know his job yet.
Well, don't worry about him, Major. He's part of the team.
What team is that?
Look, I've got a plan. We're starting to move, the three of us, right to the top.
What do you mean, the three of us?
Like I said, I've got a plan for us, and Nick here's going to be part of it all. I mean that, Nick.
Before he becomes a partner, perhaps he'd like to begin by earning his keep.
Well, you better get back to work, Nick, before Clyde Beatty here takes up his whip.
Sure.
Where'd you find him, anyway?
Oh, that's the great part. He fell right in our lap.
What are you talking about?
The Biograph Theater. Did you ever hear the Biograph Theater?
You're not making sense.
You're wrong, old man. I'm making beautiful sense. In 1934, you weren't around here then, but in 1934 in Chicago, a man named John Dillinger was shot down in front of the Biograph Theater. And for years, I mean years, people came from all over the country just to look at it. Just to stand and look at a movie house.
Dillinger? He was some sort of criminal, wasn't he?
He was the best in the business.
We haven't got a Dillinger.
Haven't we?
That's him.
Some cop from Indiana was just nosing around.
And you didn't tell him?
Well, not yet. I've got to do this thing right. Reporters, photographers, the works.
I don't like it.
What don't you like? Look, that guy's an escaped murderer.
He's still a man. Not some pathetic ape like you used to hustle at that carny.
It still makes me dirt in your eyes, doesn't it? Like that two-bit zoo of yours was the world's greatest thing.
All right, forget it. I don't like it.
Don't you? Well, that's too bad, but you just keep your mouth shut. Because if anybody finds out before I'm ready, they can throw us both in the can for being accessories. You got it?
I thought
thought you were instructed not to discuss this investigation with anybody, especially reporters.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. The Cartwright seemed to know all about it already.
What did he say?
Well, he called and said he heard Kimball was in the area and he wanted details.
Get him on the phone.
Well, it could be that one of the people we questioned called him.
Why? Lou Cartwright, please. Oh? When? No, thanks. I'll call back. He left 15 minutes ago. Left word he'd be at Fielding Zoo.
Sheriff, can I borrow some men?
Sure, I'll give you a car, too. Why, you smell something out there?
Well, that's a zoo, isn't it?
Hey, you. Nick. You said he was sick.
Yeah, I think so.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. How old is he?
6 months, a baby.
I don't know. Maybe he has rickets.
Look, do you, really know something about this kind of thing?
Just a little. I used to work with children.
Well, cats I know, but chimps with rickets.
I'd call a vet.
My partner doesn't like vets. You see, vets send bills. Look, Nick, do you think you know enough about this kind of thing to, well, to help him out a bit?
Yeah, maybe. Is there a drugstore around?
Yes, there's a drugstore about half a mile down the road towards the town.
I'll be back in a while.
You mean you got him right here working for you?
You better believe it.
Oh, where is he?
He's around.
Can I see him?
Sure. But first, we got a couple of things to work out. Don't you get any ideas about calling the cops? Because the parade starts when I blow the whistle. There won't be any parade.
Well, look, Barry, you know me. I'll play along.
Sure you will. Because I might be slipping a Pulitzer right in your pocket.
What do you want me to do?
Give me a couple of photographers. And let the wire services know you got something big on the way.
For when?
Tomorrow afternoon. Saturdays, we get a pretty good crowd. That'll give it more excitement, more color.
Oh, that's dynamite you're playing with.
You know a better way to make a big noise?
Okay. But I'd still like to see him before, Hey! Who's that?
That same cop.
Well, looks like somebody else might have a whistle, huh?
Hey, Lieutenant!
Something I can do for you? You're Cartwright, I suppose. What are you doing here?
Well, I was just...
Oh, you came to see me. Why? That's what I asked.
Well, Lou's a good friend, a buddy. I called him. You know about Kimball.
Well, that's okay, isn't it? As far as it goes. Doesn't explain why you came all the way out here.
Well, it was a good tip, so I thought I'd thank him in person.
Was?
If Kimball's in the area.
You don't mind if I look around? Be my guest. Miss Fielding. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
He doesn't know any more about it than I do.
If you don't mind.
Sorry, I was just trying to help.
You ever seen this man before?
You're hunting for him?
Yep.
I used to hunt myself, you know. Quite a while. Guns, traps, everything. Everything just to put some terrified beast into an iron cage.
I suppose in a way we're in the same line of work.
No. You see, I just woke up one morning and discovered that I'd grown out of it.
You seen him before or not?
No. Why was I supposed to?
Look, I told you, didn't I?
I'm not sure you told me anything.
Lieutenant!
Not a sign of him.
Like to use your phone?
Sure, there's one in the office. Where is he?
The drugstore.
What for?
Baby Chimp's sick. He went down to try and get her something.
Boy, he sure picked a great time to start practicing medicine again.
If you don't mind, I'd like to leave your men out here for a while. Yeah. Oh, no, but, like you say, there's a smell. Yeah. I'll be back in 15, 20 minutes. Right. Thanks for the use of the phone.
She'll let you know, all right. A thing like that could get me plenty of publicity.
That's right, it could.
You sure I can't offer you a cup of coffee or something?
Thank you.
Well, the least I can do is walk you to your car.
Don't bother, I'll find it.
No bother. No bother. You gotta get out of sight.
What'd you tell Gerard?
I haven't seen you.
Why?
Boy, you really picked the time to ask the question.
So go on, why?
You seem okay to me. Let him do his own work.
That's not enough.
Okay, I'll level with you. I didn't tell him because there's nothing in it for me. No reward, nothing. And I turned in my public spirit years ago. Now, you better get out of sight before he decides to have another look. You better not go too far.
What do you mean?
He knows you got off the bus in Morgantown. They'll have all the roads covered. So until he decides that you've given him the slip, the safest place for you is right here.
Thanks.
Just stay out of sight.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Nick? When did you get back?
It's now, what?
There's a policeman here. He's coming back. He's on the scent. He has to come back, I know.
But then you know why he's after me. Your partner just tried to help me, and now you're trying to help me. Why?
Perhaps I just don't like hunters.
Isn't that what you want?
So you see, I know what it does to a man. Becomes a nutty. No more than the extension of his own weapon. And I've very little respect for weapons.
I'd like you to know I didn't do what they say.
I believe you, but it doesn't make any difference. You see, I believe that every living thing, if it has to die, should have room to do it in. Now go quickly. No, not that way. There are fences all around the place to keep out the non-paying customers. There's a road up there about 500 yards. It bypasses the town.
Here. Give him the vitamins 3 times a day and the calcium twice a day. If he doesn't get well, you'll have to call the vet.
Thank you.
Well, they're still out there.
Get your photographers back on that phone.
What for? They'll be here tomorrow noon like you wanted.
I want them here today.
Why?
I'm changing the schedule. I don't like those cops sniffing around so close.
I've got one guy coming in from Omaha.
Then get on that phone.
You mean you let him just walk right out of here? I suppose I did. All right, which way? Strange, I don't seem to recall. Well, you better start recalling, old man, or else that big pussycat of yours gets shipped out tomorrow. What do you mean? I thought you'd already sold him.
Well, didn't I tell you? I figured if we scored on this Kimball thing that we'd pull in enough business so we wouldn't need to sell the cat. I canceled the sale. Well, now, how's your memory?
He's up there, heading for the road.
Hey, officer. My partner thinks he just heard some noise back in our work yard.
Yeah?
It could be that guy Kimball, I guess. If it is, he's probably heading out the back road.
You stay here, Ralph. Right. Why don't you watch from the curve? That should give us a good half-mile check both ways.
Yeah, it'll be dark in a couple of hours.
Yeah, for him, too.
away, if he gets away, or if they pick him up. We've had it. Relax, old man. We're back in business. What'd you do? Try to make a break for it? Yeah. What happened?
They had the roads covered.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for trying, but like I said before, you're safer here than any place else.
They've still got men at the front gate.
Well, Major, do me a favor, will you? There's a guy waiting for me in the office. Tell him I'll be right with him. Meanwhile, I got an idea where our friend here could dig in for a while. I'll be back.
Why the helping hand?
Don't worry, it's not for you. I spent 12 years in a carny. And after all the times I was thrown in the pokey by these hick cops, I'm not about to do them any favors.
Well, I'm leaving tonight anyhow.
Sure, but what if that Gerard decides to snoop around some more in the meantime?
What did you have in mind?
Come on. You can stay right here in this shed. I'll put a couple of cat cages in front of it, and they'll never look here.
I think that's the first place they're gonna look.
Where is he?
Come on, old man, drink up. It's on the house.
You know, I'd rather not drink to a man's death.
Who are you? The Virgin Princess? 30 pieces of silver or a 5-year-old Bengal tiger? What's the difference? What time did they get here?
You said 5. It's only a quarter off.
They can pay by the hour or something?
Relax. You're home free.
Yeah. Maybe. I think it's time to start the parade. Gerard? Yeah, I'd like to talk to Lieutenant Gerard.
Here they are. Here are the boys.
You better believe it's important.
Major. Major.
Can hear me, but you won't listen, is that it? Major, I need your help.
I can't help you. Don't you understand? I can't. You once said to me a man needs room to die.
Did you know that Jaipur here has never known anything but a cage? He was born in a cage just like this. And except when we work together in the arena, his whole world measures just twice his own length. Will you help me? Why should I choose you over him?
Well, why should you have to?
To keep him from being sold. My partner believes that your capture will make us so rich that there'll be no need to sell him. So tell me, how should I choose?
What can I say?
That you're a man. That I am a man. That we are better somehow than a mere dumb creature. But we are not, you know. No animal corrupts or wars or betrays. Only man does that. So why should I choose you?
Because I'm being hunted down like an animal, to be destroyed.
So? A hunter drives a piece of lead into the skull of a tiger. Which death has more nobility, Doctor?
Well, at least the tiger doesn't know the exact moment it's going to happen. They say there's no room at all in the electric chair.
Got him?
You better believe it.
Who are they? Couple of friends?
Yeah, Lou Cartwright and a couple of friends who happen to have cameras. Very convenient.
I guess it is.
Come on, where is he?
Step right this way, folks. He walks, he talks, he crawls on his belly like
Shut up,
that.
Kraft. Just show us where he is.
Anything you say, Sheriff? What did you do? Dirty, stupid old man! Sorry. What happened? Sorry. What happened?
He had Kimball locked in a cage.
Yeah. And there's going to be another empty cage tomorrow.
It's okay. Can't have got too far.
Maybe, but where?
Up there. It's the only direction he could have gone. I've got 2 men on the road up there. He's pretty well boxed in.
Yeah, he's smart.
It's dark. He doesn't know the terrain. We'll have him in 5 minutes. Come on, let's go.
Ralph, you stay here. Watch the area over by the office.
Come on, man.
Go, boy, go.
We gotta find that cat.
Shoot to kill. Now, wait. What for?
What about Kimball? So far as we know, Kimball isn't armed, but that tiger is. He might head for town. Come on, men. Don't take any chances.
Hey, Al! You see anything? No, not yet.
Kimball? All right, come on out. I'll have to shoot. Kimball! On a count of three, I'm gonna fire. 1, 2, 3.
What was it? I don't know. Down the road. Can you see anything? Not from here. Go check. I'll stay here. Okay.
Hey, Al, over here. We got him.
Sheriff! There, we're over here. You all right? Yeah, we had to kill a tiger.
Well, I guess that kind of wraps it up. You didn't get much of a story, did you?
Hmm? Oh, I got a wonderful story. Didn't you hear? Somebody just burned down the Biograph Theater.
What?
You'd better believe it.
I'm sorry we lost your boy.
He's not lost.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of here.
Kimball, the tiger, and everything. Is that what you wanted?
Well, he got away. Didn't he?
One man's dream ends while another man's nightmare merely continues. Richard Kimball is free. He has room for tonight.
Him en route to the death house. Freed him to hide in lonely desperation, to change his identity, to toil at many jobs. Freed him to search for a one-armed man he saw leave the scene of the crime. Freed him to run before the relentless pursuit of the police lieutenant obsessed with his capture.
The guest stars in tonight's story: Murray Hamilton, Antoinette Bauer, Patricia Smith. Tonight's episode, Cora Lee.
A derrick barge used for underwater salvage work off the coast of California. Richard Kimball has taken the name Tony Carter and unknowingly taken the hand of trouble.
Hey up there, we're rocking the boat. All I need is a dancing partner down here, Tony. Got one handy?
I'll send out for one. He says it's rough down there.
It's not gonna get any better either. Ask him if he wants to come up.
Hey, John, you want to come up?
It isn't that bad. I'll stay a while.
Okay. Hey, Johnny, what's that noise? Hey, Johnny!
What does he say?
Hey, Johnny!
Come on, come on!
Nothing.
Hey, Pete! Talk to me, Johnny. Talk to me!
We'll get you up, Johnny. We'll get you up.
It's heavy! Suit's full of water, let's get him up!
Johnny, you stubborn little... Wouldn't stay away from this stinking business.
Must have been quick, Joe. No pain?
Thanks a lot. How did I say it to my wife? Your brother's dead, but don't feel bad. It was quick and no pain.
What about the safety catch on the helmet, Pete?
I locked it, Milt. Oh, I know, I locked it.
Okay, knock it off. I saw you.
Maybe it just didn't hold, all that corrosion and all.
We'd better head back, Joe. I called in. They'll be waiting for us.
Yeah. Okay, fellas.
Johnny, don't. No, honey, please. Honey, please.
You should have stayed away from him.
Lucy. Sorry. Safety catch must have come loose.
I was on the barge. My name's Tony Carter.
Johnny mentioned you once or twice.
What was that all about?
It's nothing. I'd better get back to work.
Have some coffee, please.
It's all over the harbor already about Johnny.
Thank you.
Stay away from that one, Tony. Johnny dated her a couple of times.
So?
We tried to tell him. It's like she's a Jonah. She carries trouble around with her. She went away for a while, nothing happened. She comes back, Johnny's dead.
Now, you don't believe that, Milt. It's just superstition.
I didn't at first. And you're right, the guys down here, sometimes I think they've got more rabbit's feet than brains. But I've seen it happen, Tony, twice before. And it could happen again.
How's about some coffee, Frank?
How's Lucille, Joe?
Not too good. Yeah, don't bother, huh?
You said coffee, didn't you?
That's what I said, but not from you. I don't want to take any chances.
I don't think it's very funny, Joe.
Let's have some fresh, Frank.
That was fresh.
Look, honey, I don't want to lose anybody else in my crew. Now, is that clear enough for you?
Maybe you made a mistake hiring me, Frank.
Maybe I did, Coralie. Might be a good idea for you to take a few days off.
What did you think I was going to do? Jump in?
Maybe.
Learn to swim before I could walk. Now, why don't you go and mind your own business for a change?
Okay.
Besides, don't you know what happens to people who get mixed up with the jinx?
I don't believe in jinxes.
Maybe you've never been around one.
It might help you to know something. I'm only gonna be here a week or two. Not long enough for you to do me any harm.
So you're offering me a shoulder?
Yeah, I guess it's something like that.
Thanks. I've got two of my own.
Why didn't you wake me up?
You feeling any better, honey?
You need a hot supper.
No, I had a hamburger at the cafe. Unless you want something.
Just some coffee. Joe?
Yeah, honey?
About what happened today.
Maybe we ought not to talk about that right now, huh?
I can't help it. He was just a kid. He was a baby.
Honey, don't torture yourself, huh?
You gotta know, Joe. Did the equipment have anything to do with it? Was anything wrong?
Nothing was wrong with the equipment. I told you the currents were rough down there.
Will there be trouble again?
Why should there be? I made a full report to the harbor police. They were satisfied.
Thinking about the accident 6 years ago.
Oh, don't think about it.
Closed us down. You couldn't work. We got so far in debt.
Now, why drag all that up, huh?
It was an accident last time, too, Joe. Thought there was a chance of another negligent suit.
There probably won't even be an investigation this time.
I don't think I could go through it again.
Honey, it was an accident. Nobody's gonna say any different.
Who is it?
Carly Reynolds. Could I come in for a minute?
Sure.
What are the rules of the house? I'm sorry about the way I acted on the pier. I'm not usually rude.
That's all right. It's all right.
Our mutual landlady made a point about the door.
I know. Sit down. I think she told me, too. I didn't pay much attention.
I don't see you around very much. Don't you ever go anywhere?
Oh, I get to bed early. I guess it's the salt air.
I had to talk to you. I have to talk to someone about what happened out there. How did Johnny?
Something caused the seal on his helmet to break. He drowned.
That hardly ever happens.
Well, I don't know much about it.
I don't either. I've been around divers all my life, and I don't know how a thing like that could happen. I only know it shouldn't have. I'd better be going. I just wanted you to know that I'm just not usually rude like that.
That's all right, forget it.
Good night.
Good night.
we ask you to accept him into thy heavenly kingdom. He that believeth in thee shall never die. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I'm sorry I'm late, Lucille. I tried to get here. Joe, could I see you for a minute?
What's the matter?
I want to talk to you.
So talk.
Well, there were some guys snooping around down around the landing, asking questions.
Who were they, do you know?
I think they were from the port warden's office.
Investigation.
Well, what's to investigate? An accident's an accident.
Sure, Mrs. Steelman. Joe's got nothing to worry about.
Joe could lose everything if this starts up again.
Honey, what are you doing? It's not their problem.
I'm sorry.
I want you to stop worrying about this.
These guys were just making a routine check. There's probably nothing to it. Can't stay away from here, can you?
I can't just sit in that room and do nothing. There are only so many walks I can take.
I know. But I can't keep you on here, Carly. Business isn't as good as it used to be. And the guys don't like coming in here when you're around. Look, Corey, try to see it from my angle. I'm not saying I believe in this jinx business, and I'm not saying I don't believe it. Your father and I planned a little place like this when we both got too old to go to sea anymore. Now he's dead. And that little runabout of mine's the closest I get to the sea anymore. Corley, this place is all I've got. And I can't take a chance on ruining it by letting you stay on here. You understand, don't you? Yeah. Why don't you plan on staying through the rest of the week, though, huh?
All right.
Well, here's somebody who'll miss you.
Hi, George.
Hi, Frank.
How are you?
Hi.
Good, how are you?
I heard about all the talk. You shouldn't worry about it too much. I'm sure it'll all blow over in a few days.
I doubt that, but thanks for saying so anyway. Do you want to see a menu?
Yeah.
I just came up for some air.
Pass you sugar, will you, George? Cream? No, thanks.
Pete, I wish I had more guys in the crew like you. Tell you what, maybe I'll put you on the intercom. That Tony, huh? I don't know, I got a feeling about him. Nothing I can put my finger on, but, well, it's like he's trouble, you know what I mean?
I know the feeling, Joe.
Do you know what he asked me? Was I sure you locked the safety catch on Johnny's helmet? How about that?
Joe, you know I locked it.
I know. But, you know how some guys are. Maybe he's thinking that way. Who knows what he'll say at the hearing.
You ought to get rid of him, Joe.
I can't, Pete. I mean, how would it look if I fired him when there's wind of a hearing?
Oh, yeah. I guess maybe you're right.
Too bad he don't just pick up and get out of town on his own.
Well, maybe he just needs a little push, huh?
Maybe you're right, Pete. Well, anyhow, a couple more days, we'll have the cargo up. You guys will get your bonus, and I'll be operating in the black again. Uh-oh.
What would you like?
Just coffee. I'll get it.
What customers?
Force of habit. Uncle Frank, 2 coffees.
How about that? They deserve each other.
You know, don't you ever even feel a little bad about what happened to Johnny?
Pete.
Why don't you go back to your table, Pete?
Why, am I getting too close? Huh? How near does a guy have to get for the jinx to work?
That's enough, Pete.
And I don't like what you've been pulling lately either, Tony. If you're gonna talk about a guy, you better be sure about what you're saying!
What's the matter with you, Pete? You better head for home, Pete.
Not making many friends, are you, Tony?
You okay, Tony?
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
Come on.
Wait a moment. Uncle Frank, give me the first aid kit, will you?
Come on.
I'm sorry.
What are you be sorry about?
Joe and Pete, you know they're right. You ought to stay away from them.
They have nothing to do with this.
Tony, you and I, there's something happening, and whatever you want to call it, it scares me.
That black cloud of yours again?
Look, I know how it must sound. I've tried to pretend it's not true, but it is. I've seen it happen. I'm some kind of kiss of death.
Corley, there is no such thing.
Don't you understand? It wasn't just Johnny. It isn't just here and now.
Whatever happened before?
Everyone who's ever had anything to do with me, they always seem to get hurt. My father is dead because of me. If I hadn't gone out with him on the boat that day, he'd still be alive.
You can't know that.
There was a boy. We were 18. Everything was fine until he started caring for me, like Johnny did. I went away for a while, as far as I could, and it didn't help. What I'm really getting at is that I don't think we ought to see each other anymore.
Maybe you're right. I told you I was leaving. I can't stay here very long. I can't stay anywhere very long.
Are you sure you're not beginning to be a bit of a believer?
I'm sure.
I see.
I can't.
Can't?
It has nothing to do with you. I'm in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Trouble with the police.
Tony.
I'll finish out the week on the barge, and then I'll be leaving.
Hello, Milt.
How you been feeling?
Better, thanks.
You don't look better. What's the matter?
They're going ahead with the investigation. The preliminary set for Monday.
So they'll ask some questions and fill out some forms. That'll be it, Joe.
Will it?
Yeah.
Honey, I'll be home a little later, all right? Lucy, will you go home?
Well, like Milt says, Joe, I wouldn't
Shut up,
worry.
huh? Be right back.
Yeah.
Tony! Tony, you'll be getting a letter too, you know.
What do they do at these hearings, Joe?
Not much. They ask a few questions. Too bad we'll have to lose all that time.
The whole crew have to go?
Yeah. How's that for red tape? I mean, it's not like somebody committed a crime. Accident's an accident, right?
Yeah, right.
When you get right down to it, what can you tell them? What can anybody tell them?
Just what happened, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drink so much.
gotta go to bed.
Didn't help anyway. Everything's gonna go this time. I just know it. Everything's gonna go. That Tony.
What about Tony?
We've really had it this time, honey. Tony, he's gonna blow the whistle. I can't let him do it. I can't let him do it.
I got no business here after what I said when they brought Johnny in. I guess you know about the investigation? Joe went out and got drunk after he saw the letter. When there's trouble, he drinks.
I'm sorry, Lucille.
Look, it's late. I want you to keep Tony Carter from going to work tomorrow.
Tony? Why?
I got a feeling. Way Joe's acting, he said something when he got home tonight.
I still don't see what you mean.
He might make some trouble for Tony.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Now, why would he?
I don't know why, but if you want to stop some trouble for a change, you'll keep him off that barge.
Lucille? I'll try. Thanks.
It isn't for you. Or Tony.
Tony.
Come on, walk me to the pier.
Tony, don't go today.
Why not?
Because if anything happened to you...
What's going to happen to me?
Lucille Steelman came to see me last night. She's afraid that Joe might do something.
Did she say what?
Tony, do you know anything that would cause Joe trouble?
What did Mrs. Steelman say exactly?
Well, that Joe was afraid that you'd cause trouble for him at the hearing. If he's too afraid...
I worked with a lot of men on that barge. He's not going to do anything. Mrs. Steelman's got a case of the nerves. I think you got it.
Tony, I know Joe got Pete to pick that fight with you.
Pete was drunk.
Well, don't take a chance. Please don't go out there today.
And you can keep on believing that jinx of yours. I'll see you after work.
Milk?
Thanks, Bill.
Morning, Frank. Jerry. Morning.
Hi, Joe.
How are you? I think I'll start with a cup of coffee, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Not enough sleep last night, huh?
I guess not. George, do you know where the Steelman barge is anchored?
Mm-hmm.
Could you go out there and get Tony Carter?
What do you mean? What for?
Well, because Joe Steelman... I'm just afraid something might happen. I tried to stop him from going out on the job today.
What do you mean you think Joe might do something to Tony?
I don't know. Will you do it?
I can't just go out there, Coralie.
What if you had a reason?
Like what?
Well, suppose that Tony... Suppose he was wanted for something.
Is he?
I think so.
What makes you think so?
Well, I can't tell you, but could you do it for me?
I could. I could run a check on his fingerprints or something, but...
His fingerprints are on that. Will it take long?
It wouldn't take long.
George, please do it for me. But hurry.
All right.
I think two of us ought to go into a tanks, Milt. I'll need somebody to check out the measurements.
Tony, get another tank.
No, you go. Hey, Tony, I want you to come under with me.
I didn't hire on as a diver, Joe.
Nobody did. But if I need you, you dive. When Johnny asked me to take you on, he said you'd done some diving.
I know a little bit about scuba equipment, but that doesn't qualify me as a commercial diver. I told Johnny that.
Well, Johnny didn't tell me that, or you wouldn't be on the payroll. Every man on this crew can use scuba gear.
Get one of them.
Nope. You're the only one without a job to do. We don't need an intercom operator this time. Get the suit on, huh?
I'll talk him out of it, Tony. Peter me can go down with him.
George!
Go ahead, I'll catch you.
Are you going out after Tony?
You were right, Coralie. He's wanted all right.
What for?
He's an interstate fugitive.
Tell me all of it.
His name's Kimball. Dr. Richard Kimball. He was convicted of murdering his wife.
Dear God. Uncle Frank, I'm gonna have to ask you a favor. Marine operator, please.
Marine operator calling. Steelman barge. Over.
Tony, will you get that?
Okay.
W06061. Steelman barge. Come in, please. Over.
Steelman's barge. Yes. Yes, I know where it is. Right.
So you'll get some experience. You don't like it, that's just too bad.
Oh, it's just that he hasn't been down there much. And, well, you know, an accident or something.
Who was it?
Coast Guard. They want us to put out some markers. There are a lot of small boats in the area.
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't hurt to put out a few more. Hey, Pete, get out some more markers.
Don't let him push you, Tony.
He's not pushing me.
check your air.
I got it. Okay. Go on down. Stay close to the hull and away from the cables till I get there. Get my tank note. And stop worrying. We've had enough accidents.
Joe?
Yeah.
It's a harbor police launch.
What's up, George? You got a man named Tony Carter on board?
Yeah, but...
where is he?
He just went over the side.
Why? What'd he do?
Is that his lifeline? Yeah. I'll give him the regular signal to come up.
What is this? What's going on?
His real name is Kimball. He's an escaped murderer.
Tony?
Yeah. Give him the signal. He's not answering. I'll haul him up. What is this, some kind of a joke? Where's Kimball? Where is he, Joe?
How should I know?
All right, get on the horn, alert control. Tell them to send out another launch and start searching close to shore. We'll pick it up from here. How much air did he have?
A regular hour tank.
Where'd he find this?
Well, that's the helmet Johnny was wearing.
Go on.
Pete was just saying that's the helmet Johnny was wearing the day he died.
You better hang on to this.
I suppose I'm glad we could come this far together. It's not enough, Tony. Should have run away and hidden the first time I saw you. Happy endings aren't exactly in my line.
Now, this time it's not your fault, it's mine. And if there was ever a jinx, it's broken now.
Tony.
There is no more Tony.
The highway north carries a fugitive to freedom. A freedom shadowed by his own special jinx. He cannot look back now. He can only look ahead to the day when that jinx will ultimately be broken.
Stars in tonight's story, Richard Anderson, J.D. Cannon, Jacqueline Scott, and special guest star Diane Baker. Also starring Barry Morse as Lieutenant Philip Gerard. Tonight's episode, The Judgment, Part 2.
A man may travel many roads and one day find his way home again. But for Richard Kimball, this road is not of his choosing, and this day has come too soon. Two men traveling together, joined by links of steel and the memory of a senseless murder committed years before. Two hunters, one of whom has finally caught his elusive quarry.
6 more hours.
There's no point in asking you again, is there?
No, I'm afraid not.
I don't need 3 days, only 24 hours. That's all.
Look, all I can give you is the same promise I made when you agreed to waive extradition. I'll keep the story of your arrest out of the papers. Anyway, I doubt if your one-armed man is even in Stafford.
No, Johnson's in Stafford. I know that.
All you can be sure of is that somebody put up $3,000 to bail him out of jail.
That somebody's in Stafford, too.
You found that scrap of paper in the bail bondsman's office. Just said Len Taft, Stafford, your own brother-in-law. Now, do you really think you put up that money?
No, I think somebody used his name. That somebody wanted Johnson out of jail.
There's nothing I can do.
24 hours, Gerard. At the end of that time, I'll crawl into the police station. On the end of a leash, if that's the way you want it.
As soon as this train gets into Stafford, the word will be out. I've just got to bring you in.
The train makes 3 stops before it gets to Stafford. We can get off at any one of them, take a car, drive in. You waited 5 years. All I'm asking is 24 more hours.
We ought to get into South Bend about 8:30.
Okay, Bobby, here we go.
Everything
All right, you bandits, back in there. Back in there. Ha, ha.
Close the door, Billy.
Is the lady of the house in?
Oh, she's all in. How are you, Lloyd?
Listen, I got a half dozen of the fastest guns in the Midwest out there.
Have you got time for a cup of coffee?
I'm afraid not. Oh, speaking of guns, Billy's going to be quite a marksman.
How's the new youth center coming?
Everything looks great. You know, when I was in college, I wanted to be the engineer that built the first transatlantic bridge. Instead, I wind up trying to design a gymnasium that converts into a discotheque.
Well, all I know is you're the best city planning commissioner we ever had.
Oh,
You do more than just sit around and plan.
I hope so. Thank you. I've been reading about your brother in the papers, Donna.
And that mess in Los Angeles?
Have you heard anything?
Well, not from Dick, but every time there's anything about him in the papers, we sure hear from a whole gaggle of cranks.
Oh, what do they say?
Just before you came, some man called. And he said that he knew what really happened that night, that he saw Len there in the room. I mean, they're
And what do you say to people like that?
Well, this one wanted Len to meet him out at Mitchell's stables at 7:30 tonight, so I said, okay, fine.
You mean you agreed to that?
If you argue with these people or hang up, they just keep calling back. So I figured if this kook had to spend the night out there, he'd think twice about calling again.
Well, let's hope so. I better go before I have a small mutiny on my hands out there.
Listen, ask Betsy to call. We'll have dinner.
Sounds great. I'll shove some peas.
Okay.
Daddy, someone's here.
Oh, who is it, son?
I think it's Uncle Dick.
Hello, Lynn. I'm Billy.
Dick. Good to see you.
I know it looks strange, but I'm in custody.
What kind of a sadist are you, Lieutenant?
No, Lynn.
Get out of here. My wife's going to be here any minute. I'm not going to subject her to this.
Lynn,
You
listen.
having a good time? Enjoying your revenge?
If you think I'm enjoying being here, Mr. Taft, you're very much mistaken. He's giving me a chance.
Okay, son. Why don't you run along upstairs, huh?
One-armed man was arrested in Los Angeles.
I know.
Somebody bailed him out. The money came from here, from Stafford.
Who would do a thing like that?
Somebody who gave his name as Leonard Taft.
Oh, I see. I see. You think that I did that, Richard?
I don't know. Maybe you thought it was a way I could get to him.
Well, that would be a pretty stupid thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess it would.
What do you say, Lieutenant?
Whoever bailed Fred Johnson out of jail obviously didn't want him to talk. I think you do.
Right.
And anyway, if you hadn't done anything so misguided, I don't think you'd have given your name.
All right. Now, here's something for you, gentlemen. This morning, Donna received a phone call. A man said that I was in the house the night Helen was killed.
Could there have been somebody else in the house that night? I don't know.
She called me at the office. We thought it was some prank, some crank calling.
Could still be a crank.
She decided to teach him a lesson. She said that I would meet him this evening.
Where?
Listen, we thought it was a joke. I was on 3 other telephone calls, and... Dick, I just don't remember.
What? If it is the one-armed man, he could be waiting there right now.
She'll be here any minute.
I knew that was you. How did I know it?
Sis, you got a call this morning from somebody who said he saw Len there that night. Where did he want to meet him?
Out at the old Mitchell place at 7:30.
Well, we used to go riding.
Well, yeah, it's all deserted now. You mean that wasn't just another crank?
I hope not. Mrs. Taft? Baby, I'll tell you all about it.
Hello?
Get up. Yeah, you're the one.
What do you want from me?
Money.
Why should I give you any?
Because you're the one I saw that night. Just didn't have your name until now, Mr. Taft.
I saw you too, remember that?
Different.
I don't see the difference.
And why'd you send that bail jockey in L.A. $4 grand to keep me away from the cops?
All right, I sent it. Isn't that enough?
I won 50,000. That's enough.
50? I don't have that kind of money.
You'll get it. 50,000, Taft. And bring it tomorrow noon.
Where?
Right here.
Too many dark corners. No, I'll meet you at the old amusement park. Snack bar by the parking lot. The lock on the back gate's broken. You can get in that way.
20,000, Taff, and no more of this.
Where's it from? Some mail-order art school in New Jersey. Sorry, it's not a local citizen's home address. Let's face it, that call was probably a hoax.
Is this a hoax?
This is a 38 special super match for target shooting.
Maybe you don't care if we get to the truth or not.
The truth, not some wild hope. Come on, let's go.
Somebody had to be in the house.
All you've got to go on is a crank call.
But the timing works. 2 days ago, Johnson found out the name Leonard Taft from the bail bondsman. And Leonard gets a call that sounds like the start of some sort of blackmail.
Yeah, but Taft wasn't at your house that night, so... Unless you've got some idea who could have been.
Had to be somebody that knew us well enough to use Len's name as a cover.
A neighbor dropping in? A friend?
It was late.
Anyone she talked to, a girlfriend, relative, anybody?
Nobody that would have just stood by and let me die.
You'll be amazed how many good people might do just that. Of course, possible she could have called somebody.
She could have. Helen had the phone company keep track of all our toll calls for tax reasons. If she called anyone, there might just be a record.
We find the bills. After all, it's 5 years ago.
Donna's kept some of our things in the basement.
Yeah, it's a long shot, the whole idea.
That's what I need about now, wouldn't you say?
Frank, I realize it's sudden. Don't you think I know that? And I wouldn't call if I didn't absolutely... I told you, it's a business opportunity. Some very big boys from the East. A once-in-a-lifetime thing, but, you know, they insist on cash, Frank. Immediate cash. And everything I had went into that Endicott deal. A bank loan would take days, and these boys want to move now. Frank, please. I need it. Neurotic. Don't tell me I'm neurotic. Is that all you have to say to a friend, neurotic? What do you know? You're stupid, Frank. You're a lousy, rotten excuse for a human being. Panic. Don't panic.
Hello.
I'm busy, Princess.
Can I help?
No.
Lloyd, what is it? What's the trouble?
Nothing. You know what, Princess? This town stinks. I mean it. You know we ought to get out of this town?
Well, Lloyd, you've lived here all of your life. All of your friends are here.
Yes. Where are those friends when the chips are down? Where are all those guys that made the speeches about me after the war? Told me what a hero I was, how they'd do anything for me.
Oh, Lloyd, they've done a great deal for you. Your job at the city, they arranged it, and it's a good job, an important one.
Okay. But I mean now. It's a real emergency, and I...
What emergency? Lloyd, will you please tell me?
Go up to bed, Princess.
Oh, well, I'm really sorry, Mrs. Kroner. No, there's nothing wrong. I'll call you tomorrow and explain.
Kroner, I guess I called her back about her little boy had a broken leg or ankle something.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Kroner.
Yeah, I guess that's his name.
All-state fullback for Stafford High.
Well, that leaves just these two, both disconnected. I'll check them out Monday.
You won't extend the deadline?
No.
What's so holy about your deadline? A man's life is at stake.
Donna. I could talk to some of the attorneys in town. Maybe one of them was approached about hiring their bail bondsman.
Between now and noon tomorrow, you can do whatever you like. Personally, I think I'd want to spend the time with my family.
It's our last chance for that kind of thing. Is that what you mean, Lieutenant?
I mean, we have a bargain. Noon tomorrow.
I'll only be a minute.
Jean.
Donna.
What in the world?
Donna, listen, I can't stay. I just wanted to tell you that I saw Dick in Los Angeles.
Oh, well, I wonder...
He might be on his way here right now. Something happened in Los Angeles. He was supposed to take my car, but he never showed up for it. And, well, I was worried that maybe something happened, that he was picked up, and then there was nothing in the newspapers, and then I checked at police headquarters, and they didn't have anything, and I don't know...
Wait a minute. Slow down. Take it easy.
But, yeah, but it's been on my mind for such a long time, and... Well, anyhow, the point is, I think he's on his way here right now.
And you came all the way to Stafford just to tell me that?
No. I came all the way to Stafford because, well, I don't know exactly. Maybe it's like the sign says, Stafford is the friendly city.
Do you, plan to stay?
I don't know. I'd like to try.
I wonder if my brother had anything to do with your decision.
Yes, I think he did.
There's someone here to see you.
Oh, Miss Carlyle? This is Dr. Richard Kimball. See, Miss Carlyle told me once that she wouldn't know Dr. Kimball if she saw him. Lucky you arrived when you did. Dr. Kimball and I have to be leaving shortly.
Betsy, don't let those real estate boys try to beat you down. You hold out for $39.5.
Well, you'll be handling it, won't you?
You know, I've been thinking. My Silver Star should go to the new youth center. Hey, why are you crying?
You're making out your will.
Oh,
Now, princess.
Oh, Lord, I'm not a princess. Stop treating me like I was some Victorian nincompoop.
Now, Betsy, you know you're not well.
Lloyd, don't. For 20 years, you've waved my illness like a flag. It just excuses everything. I'm sorry. That's not true. Oh, Lloyd, I love you. Something terrible is bothering you, and you can't tell me, and you've always told me everything.
No. No, I haven't.
Then tell me now.
5 years ago, I did something terrible, and it's not over with.
I want to know.
You know, kid gets put down on a battlefield, and he's scared. He does something he'd probably never do again, because he's scared. But they hand him a silver star, and call him a hero. He's no hero.
Oh, yes, he is. Of course you are. Lloyd, tell me.
You remember that night a long time ago when we had dinner with Helen and Dick Kimball? We spent the whole evening talking about adoption.
Yes, I remember. It was at the club.
Well, 2 nights later, she called me. You were at your sister's. She sounded very upset, said she had to talk to me. So I walked over. The lights were out, but the front door was open. She was up in the bedroom. She'd been drinking.
Help me, Lloyd. Please help me.
All right. Do you want me to try and find him?
Well, he just stormed out. I don't know if he's even coming back.
I know, you told me that.
Oh, I don't want to lose him.
Helen, please, just tell me what you want me to do.
Well, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe I could love somebody else's child.
As I told you the other night, Betsy and I have never been happier than since we adopted Timmy.
Make me believe that, Lloyd. You have to make me believe that. That's why I called you. Oh, Dick wants a child so badly.
What was that?
What?
Noise downstairs.
Oh, Dick, he's come back.
Then I heard a car. I found out later it was Dick. Anyway, I guess that snapped me out of it, and I ran out the back way.
Why didn't you ever say anything?
I never thought they'd blame Dick. I thought they'd catch that man, and that'd be the end of it. Later, when Dick was arrested, by then I'd waited too long. I couldn't come forward.
Why not?
Well, how would it have looked? In Helen's bedroom, she's murdered. I couldn't do that to you.
To me, are you saying that you kept quiet to protect me?
You don't know people. You don't know how they think.
You weren't trying to protect me. What you couldn't bear to think of was how a war hero huddled on the steps like a beaten puppy, and a woman cried out for help, and you sat there and you watched her die. That's what you couldn't think of, so don't you use me as your whipping boy.
Betsy, what happened during the war, that was the one real thing I'd ever done. I couldn't throw that away. Not because of just one gutless moment.
My darling, Dick Kimball has paid for that minute with 4 years of his life. It's not too late for you to make some of it right. You can go to the police. This minute you can go to the police and you can tell them everything that happened that night. You have to do that, Lloyd, for Dick.
Don't you think I've tried to tell them? I just can't.
You can. You can still be a man.
Maybe I can.
It's time. We better be starting. I promise I'll try and trace those phone numbers tomorrow. If we come up with that thing, I'll follow them through.
Meanwhile, it'll be all over the front pages. When Johnson finds out it's fresh copy again, he'll leave town. Then what can I prove?
I'm sorry. I really am.
Give me a minute.
All right.
Jean, will you stay with us tonight?
No, really.
Oh, please.
All right, I'd like that.
Lieutenant, if you want to use the telephone, there's one in the den.
Come on, don't worry. Everything's gonna be all right. Where you going?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I could go fix up a room for Gene. I can put Billy in with his brother.
You don't have to do that now.
Yes, darling, I have to do something. Right now.
Another day would have killed you, eh, Lieutenant?
Mr. Taff, I happen to believe that holding out a false hope is the very worst kind of cruelty.
Did you call in?
Yeah.
I And I suppose they'll be breaking out with flags and confetti. Sure wouldn't like your job, Lieutenant.
Really? Oh, actually, it's kind of a paid vacation. I had a bag.
It's in the hall closet.
Thank you.
Why don't you call your mother about the boys, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'll call her. I've got a word or two for Billy, too.
Billy? What did Billy do now?
Oh, he had this hidden in his drawer under his socks.
Where did he get this?
From Lloyd Chandler. He's been teaching the boys how to fire a gun.
Where? Out of the stables?
No, they're letting them use the police range.
And he found this other one out there. Where that caller wanted to meet you.
And I told Lloyd about that phone call. Richard. How are you, Richard?
All right, Betsy. We'd like to see your husband, Mrs. Chandler.
Please help him. He went out to the amusement park.
That's been closed down for months now.
I know. He went out to kill the man who murdered your wife.
Quite a story Mrs. Chandler told us. Unless her husband's prepared to tell it himself in court, I'm afraid it won't help you much.
Shouldn't we be there by now?
Yeah, any minute.
Go on.
Come on. Help me with this. Drop it.
You were there that night, weren't you? You saw the whole thing.
All right, we're going back. You won't shoot me. You need me alive.
Yeah, I killed her. Why? 'Cause she wouldn't let me go. Like to claw my eyes out. I didn't mean to hit her so hard. Yeah, I killed her. Now I'm gonna kill you. Won't have to worry about you again no more.
All right, you can relax, Chandler. I just did your killing for you. You've had a good day, haven't you? I guess we both have. After all, for 4 years now, we've, both of us, kept an innocent man in hell. Well, now we're going to end that. You could keep that man alive. But you won't, will you?
You saved my life. You confessed up there for what it's worth.
I'm afraid you know what that's worth.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant, I saw that man, Johnson, murder Helen Kimball.
Are you willing to testify to that effect?
Yes. I will.
Come on, let's get started.
Dr. Kimball, how do you feel now that you're a free man?
How do you think he feels?
What are your immediate plans, Doctor?
Well, I'd see some of my family and go back to work, I guess.
Well, what's the first thing you plan to do?
Get out of here.
Dick says he'll meet us back home later.
Okay.
Hey. Tuesday, September 5th. The day the running stopped.